Anybody that may need to make a correction in their life of any kind. I was going to read a couple small little stories first. Gary Richmond, a former zookeeper, had this to say: raccoons go through a glandular change at about 24 months. After that, they often attack their owners. Since a 30-pound raccoon can be equal to a 100-pound dog in a scrap, I felt compelled to mention the change coming to a pet raccoon owned by a young friend of mine named Julie. She listened politely as I explained the coming danger. I'll never forget her answer. It will be different for me. And she smiled as she added, Bandit wouldn't hurt me. He just wouldn't. 3 months later, Julie underwent plastic surgery for facial lacerations sustained when her adult raccoon attacked her for no apparent reason. Bandit was released into the wild. Sin too often comes dressed in an adorable disguise, and as we play with it, how easy it is to say, it will be different for me. But the results are predictable. In 1982, ABC Evening News reported on an unusual work of modern art, a chair affixed to a shotgun. It was to be viewed by sitting in the chair and looking directly into the gun barrel. The gun was loaded and set on a timer to fire at an undetermined moment within the next 100 years. The amazing thing was that people waited in lines to sit and stare into the shell's path. They all knew the gun could go off at point-blank range at any moment, but they were gambling that the fatal blast wouldn't happen during their minute in the chair. Yes, it was foolhardy, yet many people who wouldn't dream of sitting in that chair live a lifetime gambling that they can get away with sin. Foolishly, they ignore the risk until the inevitable self-destruction. Sin is very deceitful, alluring, and ensnaring. Hebrews 3:13 says, we are to exhort one another daily, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. With many people, sin is first abhorred, then as people become more comfortable with it, it is tolerated, and eventually it is embraced. But why is sin so openly embraced by many? People who become involved in sin do not want to listen to or receive God's word. People, because of sin, become past feeling because they have their conscience seared with a hot iron. 1 Timothy 4:2. As the morality level of this nation declines, the church is also affected and has become more comfortable with sin. As Paul says in 2 Timothy 3:13, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Satan wants us to become complacent with sin so that he can help us be lost with him. If you're here tonight and have anything that needs correcting or the encouragement of the brethren, you have that opportunity to come forward and make a confession and make things right even tonight. Or maybe there's someone here tonight who is yet to be obedient to the gospel, and you can do that as well tonight while we stand and sing.